There's a particular kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working too hard. It comes from working from a version of yourself that no longer exists. You're still capable, still committed, still responsible, but something inside you is quieter now, less interested in proving, less willing to perform. And that can be confusing, especially when work has always been where you felt competent, valued, or safe. That's what we're talking about today. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Soul Talk podcast. These are conversations at the intersection of mind, body, and spirit. I'm Marybeth Hrim. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a coach. I'm a runner. And this is week 6 of Living Unmasked, where we're exploring what it means to live from the inside out, not just in our personal lives, but in our work, our purpose, and the roles we show up in every day. Because unmasking doesn't stop at relationships. It follows us into meetings, into caregiving, into leadership, into service, into how we define our worth. You see, for many of us, especially women, work has been more than a paycheck. It's been an identity, stability, validation. It's a place to belong, a way to feel useful or necessary, and sometimes a place to hide. So when you begin living unmasked, something subtle but powerful happens. You might notice you're less tolerant of busy work. Certain roles feel heavier than they used to. You're less willing to overextend. Praise doesn't land the same way. Hustle feels loud instead of motivating. You might quietly wonder, what's wrong with me? Why don't I want this the way it used to be? Let me say this clearly. Nothing is wrong with you. Nothing. You see, your nervous system is no longer fueled by proving. One of the biggest shifts in midlife and in unmasking is moving from proving your worth to expressing your values. Proving sounds like, I need to be indispensable. I need to stay ahead. I need to say yes so I don't disappoint. I'll rest when I've earned it. Purpose, on the other hand, sounds much different. It's quieter, steadier. Purpose asks, does this align with who I am now? Does my body feel settled or contracted here? Am I choosing this or repeating a pattern? Is this sustainable? Living unmasked at work doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop abandoning yourself in order to be valued. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Many of us learn to regulate our nervous systems through work. Achievement brought relief. Busyness brought safety. Being needed brought belonging. So when you stop performing at that level, your body may interpret that as danger. You might feel restless, guilty when you slow down, anxious when you don't overfunction, uncertain about your role or relevance. That's not a sign you should push harder. It's a sign your nervous system is learning a new source of safety, one that doesn't require exhaustion. I've had to ask myself this question more than once. Am I doing this because it's aligned or because it's familiar? Familiar doesn't mean bad, but it doesn't always mean true anymore. And letting that be okay, that's part of living unmasked. Purpose doesn't always mean more impact, bigger platforms, louder voices. Sometimes purpose is doing less with more integrity. Saying no without explanation. Letting your energy allow your work to reflect your nervous system and your nervous system health. Purpose in this season might be mentoring instead of grinding, refining instead of expanding, serving without self-erasure, leading without urgency. That's not a loss. That's evolution. If you can take a breath with me here, please do. Just inhale and exhale. And just ask yourself gently, where am I still proving instead of choosing? You don't need an answer right now. Just notice what your body does when you ask the question. Living unmasked at work doesn't mean you blow up your life. It means you begin to listen. It means you honor your capacity, your season, your limits, your values. And you trust that purpose doesn't disappear when you slow down. It clarifies. See, in the next episode, we'll move into movement and expression and how the body often wants to move differently once we stop performing, not just at work, but in your overall life. Because embodiment doesn't stop at insight. It continues through how we live, move, and also choose. If this conversation resonates or resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I share meditations daily designed to help your nervous system integrate this work, not just understand it. You don't have to do this alone, and you don't have to rush. You don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to exhaust yourself to be meaningful. Your presence, grounded, regulated, honest, is already enough. I'll see you next week. Until next time, I'm Marybeth Hrim.